has bipolar disorder, and for substance use disorder, most the lifelong use of opiates. Currently complaining of insomnia, racing thoughts. He's on this Vraylar, Lamotrigine, and Trazodone, and he's practically maxed out on all of them. Anyway, he's also on Doxepin.
So pretty much maxed out on all of the medications. The Trazodone can be increased 50 more milligrams, but there's a point to where certain medications like Doxepin and Trazodone don't work anymore when it's at a high dose for sleep, right? So for insomnia, it's not going to be as effective as it was in low doses, but do we still use it? Yes. Now, as far as assessment questions, what would be so we would first ask, what's the racing thoughts about? I've already discussed with him, writing them down, brain dumping, which is a technique / journaling, but specifically you're dumping out thoughts into paper so that it's not recycling in your brain. And with bipolar, you don't, obviously he is on an antipsychotic, but we have to be careful with starting on SSRIs because it can throw a person into mania. But depending on what he's thinking of, or how long he's been dealing with the racing thoughts, if it's more of an OCD type racing thoughts or repetitive thinking, those are the factors that can differentiate what medication you use. Because of course, Prozac is great for OCD, especially for OCD, when there is the intrusive, repetitive thinking throughout the night, whether or not person has brain dumped it out of the brain or not, and it's continued, as far as a plan, would you start this patient on another SSRI? So this is for you to think about. Would you start this person on another SSRI? Would you augment it with an SSRI, right? The dosings for the medications is 200 milligrams. Currently taking 200 milligrams of Lamotrigine. Vraylar, he's maxed out at 6 milligrams. Doxepin, he's at 75 milligrams, high dose already.
Trazodone, he's at 150. I am curious of what he will be doing, and then I'll post my answer later on. Is that raining? It's raining really bad out.